Baltimore has a population of 670,000, the same as Leeds. But while Leeds has 6 fire stations, Baltimore has 46. The city's residents rely heavily on the 911 emergency system. Half of them call it every year. Alongside the upmarket shopping malls and chic restaurants, there's widespread drug-related crime, desperately poor housing, and a high incidence of arson. Almost half of the city's investigated fires are suspicious. The men and women of the city's fire department are constantly on the go. Their fire, rescue and medic squads are the busiest in the world. This is a story of their frontline activities on the streets of fire.
We can be sitting in the kitchen eating dinner, and 30 seconds later we can be riding up the street, see smoke in the air. You know that you're going to have a working fire somewhere when you get there.
When you get a call, it's not too bad, but when you see the smoke, that's when your adrenaline gets going.
Then you get really pumped up, you know, it's like, we got one. And it's an adrenaline rush. It's like the feeling before a football game or something like that.
Engine 13's known throughout the city to be the busiest and the best in the whole city. We have a good crew. Everybody gets along well. It's like a brotherhood here.
Here we go. Being a rookie, I'm still thinking about everything I got to do. You know, all my clothes on tight, you know, I mean, that kind of stuff. With those guys who've been in for 10, 20 years, it's second nature. You know, I mean, they still get the adrenaline rush, but probably not as much as it is with me, because it's still all new to me. I pull up and see a fire, I'm like, wow.
I love the job. I love the excitement. The danger is always there in the back of my mind as a caution, but if I start to dwell too much on the danger, I really don't think I could do the job. We will pull up to a row of houses. The worst scenario are vacant houses where the windows are all boarded up. These fires are particularly hard to fight because the companies almost have to try to cut the fire off in the roof line before it extends possibly for the entire block.
There are over 11,000 vacant houses in Baltimore, and many of them are used by drug dealers and users.
In Baltimore City, there are about 50% of the fires that we investigate, that we go out on, are intentionally set. Our job is to go out and determine the origin of fire, that is, where the fire started, the exact location of it, and the cause.
Hey, Cat! Need a seal over a house. I know it's gone down 2 buildings already. Just try to stop it from getting any further down the block, all right? Do what you can in this building here. Get it open.
You got a truck man with a hook? These Bill's got a hook.
Billy, Bill, when you get up there, get the seal and open it. I will. All right? Right there, here. They got a line in the back. I got a line in here. It's got fire in that area right there.
Hand the line down here. Come on down the ladder and hand me the line.
The only resident still living in this street, Kim Thomas, is reluctant to leave.
Bring the line down here and stop it before it spreads down the block. It's spread already down to this building. Try to get the roof open up there too. Further down. Oh my goodness.
The last fire that started from a kid was up this end. But usually when a fire starts down here, it's a drug user that runs in. They pull cars up from, they don't even live around this area. They come from down this end, come up here, and they go in one of these houses or this one on the corner, and they shoot up. Monday, I came out the block Monday morning. They was in this yard right here with needles in their arm, and I'm sick of it. I have children myself, even though they are grown, but I have children myself. Okay. But I don't want to see this, and I don't want to deal with this. I'm sick of this. Well, every other day, or if it ain't happening on a Monday or Tuesday, it's on a Friday or a Saturday. Our fire's in this block.
Well, we'll try,
just sick of it.
But without, anybody saying, hey, I saw who was in the building or anything, it's tough to find out, who's in the building. Especially if it's a lot of transient people moving in and out and it's not the same people.
Yeah, but I'm the only one that lives in this block. I'm the only one.
Okay. Right back there, yeah.
I get a lot of satisfaction if I'm in the pipe when I go in there. I got the lieutenant right behind me and tell me what to do, and I'll put it out. It's just me and the fire, and it's like, I'll put the whole thing out. And afterwards, it's like you look around and see everything is burnt. It's like, wow, it was neat.
We try to get there as quick as we can. You get there early enough in the early stages of fire, you can rely on your own eyes and senses as to what's happening and what happened. A lot of times we go into the fire while it's still burning. We look from the areas of least burning to the areas of most burning. And this will generally lead us to the point of origin.
There are 60,000 fires in the city each year. Suspected arsons are investigated by a dedicated team of 8 officers.
Okay, basically we know it started in here, but we're going to wait till they get done putting out the rest of this, and then we'll clean up the floor and take a look and see what was burnt. As you can tell, this house had a lot of debris in it. From being vacant, people just piled trash in here. You might have had drug addicts here, maybe homeless living here. And in this particular block, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 3rd fire we've had in the last 2 weeks. Many times we'll get with the V pattern. The fire will burn up this way and this way. Now looking at this thing here, the way this thing is coning down from here and coning down from here. Sometimes flammable liquids show that. Now as we look in this second room, which was the bathroom, we can see that it looks like it was a second point of ignition in this place. There were two fires set. That fire did not take off like the one in the other room did. That one looks like it was minor in nature.
There's some more burns.
Just straight, even with the toilet, Dave, because I want to see that burn pattern on that back wall.
Let me get that for a minute.
Yeah. You have to take everything into consideration. If you had a fire in this block and it was the first fire and there's drug needles laying around, it's possible that people were in there doing their drug, whatever, cooking their drugs or smoking their drugs and accidentally set it. But when you get a series of fires, which we've had in this block, and you get 2 separate points of origin in here, then you know that the fire was set. It's not a matter of, one person accidentally dropping a cigarette, because what do you do, accidentally drop it here and walk in the other room and drop it in there too?
It's an adventure. everybody wants to come to 13. 13 is the big one because it's always the busiest year in, year out, and we get a lot of fire. And all of us are young, and we're all go-getters, and it's a good shift here.
There are 60 fire appliances serving the streets of Baltimore, but one of them is unique. It's called Rescue One, and it specializes in freeing trapped people.
Rescue One, well, it's different. I mean, when you think of firefighting, you don't think of rescue. You think of ladder companies, engine companies with hose. But rescue work it's a little different. We work as a team. You run in different situations and you rely on each other. Not one person has the right idea all the time, and we put our heads together and try and solve the problem.
Oh, it's a cop car. Get all the tools. Hold a minute.
Police officer Todd Haslip was on his way to help a colleague who was under attack.
Here, get the other tool. All right, you take over. I want the roof off. Where's Dave at? Tell you, like I said, we're gonna take this roof off. We'll lay that seat back. Take your time. No, it ain't done. Give me a seatbelt cutter. Danny, cut that other seatbelt on the other side. We'll be ready to roll. Hey, Bez. Yeah, watch it. Go ahead. Yeah, go. Hey, Cap. We're gonna roll this roof in a minute. All right. Have you out in a minute, babe. How you doing, Bez? You got it. All right. What do you got? One more cut, Dave? We're through over here. Okay. Okay, you can take that sheet off his head. How you doing, Bez?
Bob, we're going forward?
Yeah, we're going forward with this. All right, let's go. Roll it over. All right. Okay. Dave, get a cutter in here. Want to cut this seat and want to lay it back. Hey, buddy, what's your name?
Todd, my leg, I can't move my leg.
I know.
I can't move this one at all.
I know.
Take care
Hey,
of
you're going to
that.
be all right.
You know it's there.
That's why we're going through all this extra precaution. You're going to be fine, okay?
Watch your back.
Just hang in there with us. We'll have you out here in a minute.
I can't move, man.
Just stay still.
He's moving me.
I know it hurts, buddy. All right, let's put a steady pressure on this and bend it back. All right, get that. Okay, get that backboard under him. I got his neck. Okay, Danny, talk to me.
Okay, there's one.
I know, brother. Hey, Dan.
Get the board up a little bit.
Take it up.
He'll be laying on all his shit when we get him on the board.
Why don't we cut his belt off, Danny?
It only takes hold him. I got the board.
You know what you're doing there?
Yeah.
Okay, just take your time, do it. Okay, officer.
Take those trauma shears, cut that belt.
All right, bend that seat a little bit more, if you can. Just put steady pressure. All right. I wish we could get it further.
That's all right, it's good enough.
Okay. All right.
That's all fucked up, just be as gentle as you can.
All right, let's go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Tilt that board up.
Lay the board
Get the board up.
Pivot it.
Slide him back. Okay.
You got him.
We're in good shape.
Okay, here we go. We're in.
All right.
Can you lay this leg flat?
Let's take our
Got a
time.
blanket or a pillow or anything?
I got the leg, Danny, if you want to do what you want to
There we
do.
go.
Get some support it.
Yeah,
Okay, let's get another one under there.
that's whatever we got.
Yeah,
Now that's
okay.
why I let you guys call them shots.
Well, you know, we work hand in glove on this, Dan.
Exactly.
Hey, Bez, hop off the trunk. We'll slide him back to you. Yeah, just this one right
I got
here.
propped up.
Right in here.
It's supported.
Take your time.
You got it.
You got him.
And there was a taxi cab, he was trying to make the right turn, I was trying to make the left, and as I was making this left turn, this part, I don't know where the police car come from. He hit me, and he hit that pole.
Our main concern is for that officer. He said the car secondary here. Fairly good crash though. I can't see what he hit. It looks bad, but it was a minor accident.
Rescue One is it's a strange company because you never know what you're going to get.
Get the jaws or take the trunk open up so they can get in there and get the stuff out.
Biz got it.
We get a lot of elevator calls. In fact, I'm thinking about changing my name to Otis because we do get a ton of them. And just a lot of off-the-wall things that you would get. I mean, we've had people fall off toilet seats and get wedged between the tub and the toilet, and you have to go in and take it apart to get them out. So you never know what you're going to run across. And some sad things and some quite humorous.
Hey, officer, was he playing the back nine or the front nine? He forgot the holler four.
I don't even want to know how they got in there.
Hey, officer, we're gonna throw that roof back on here too. Okay. Another satisfied customer.
Everybody goes. Got multiple calls for a building fire on North Avenue. Even though it is generally our job to try to gain access, get in as close to the seat of the fire as we can and extinguish it as quickly as we can, sometimes that's just not possible. There are times when the fire has gained too much headway. In these cases, we're forced to do what we call a defensive mode, where we basically are trying to contain the fire and prevent it from extending to any other buildings in the area.
Usually in most of the fires, you get there confined to one room, but then they'll spread to another one. But when they got here, the fire had completely consumed the entire second floor, as if something was used to accelerate the fire. Now, in order for that fire to spread, it would have to go through the doorway, down a hallway, into another room, and so forth as you go to the front of the building. But this had the fire coming out of every window, every room on that second floor. And the time of the fire, it's at 7:30 in the morning, which is basically rush hour traffic, people going to work. It's on a major thoroughfare. North, south, east, west, people coming into the city and traveling across the city. If it had been a smaller fire and started slow and been smoldering, smoke would have been seen. More than likely, somebody would have called. You have a telephone booth right in front of the building. If somebody would have saw it, all they have to do is pick it up, dial 911, and they get in touch with the operator. The way it sounds, everything happened all at once, which means it had to be an incendiary. Potentially so.
Move to your right some more. To your right, that's it, right in there, that looks good. There you go, you're getting it. Okay, keep pouring it in there, a little higher if you can. That's it.
If you look at that steel lintel on the right side of the building, that's the only thing holding that wall up right now, and there's very few bricks under it. It's very possible that front wall is going to come down.
Okay, it looks like a wall's come there. Shut it down, it's back up.
Well, now I'm going to get something to drink. Gentlemen, are you ready to get something to drink? Now, as we go up, we'll see if we can get a better view from the top to get some burn pattern somewhere, see how it's burnt. Looking at the building next door, if you look, you still have some plaster on the walls on the front. So that didn't burn away completely. It looks like the fire started somewhere on that second floor near the rear of this building and jumped into the other building. The problem we have right now is that we have a 3-story building and it's all sitting on the first floor. So when a roof came in, the wall from the second building fell on top of it, so we even have debris from the second building covering our roof and point of origin area. A building like this, too, you don't want to risk firefighters' lives. On a vacant building that's in bad constructional condition, with heavy fire conditions, you don't want to put men in the building or you're going to get them killed. If the men were inside the building would have fallen on them. So we consider ourselves lucky.
46 fire stations serve Baltimore's population of 670,000, who rely heavily on its 911 system. Half of them call it every year. In the middle of it all is Station 13, located in what's known locally as the Wild West. The firefighters and medics here are among the busiest in the world.
Engine 13, turn out. We got a report of a fire on Bennett Place. Report of a fire on Bennett Place.
My father was a lieutenant in the city fire department for 37 years. He had tried to talk me for a number of years into coming in, and at first I was reluctant because I didn't think I would like the work. Eventually I took the test, came in, and I think the only regret that I've had since then is that I didn't come in 4 or 5 years sooner when I could have.
Before I was born, actually, my mother's father died in a basement fire back in 1961. And a lot of people ask my mom if it bothers her having 2 sons and a husband in the fire department. And she says it doesn't bother her at all. She doesn't have a gray hair on her body, so I guess I believe her.
Here, fires broken out in a child's bedroom.
Kenny, right here, brother. Quick.
A lot of people think the job's glamorous. They see us riding around in a big fire truck, or they have a picture of us going up and down. What they don't see is the middle of summer, going to a fire and becoming sick to our stomachs from the heat and humidity because of all the work we're doing.
Back up a minute.
Within 4 minutes of arriving at the scene, the fire's been extinguished. The flames have already destroyed the bedroom and left serious smoke damage throughout the house. The cause? A child playing with matches.
During the overhaul process, the building still has a very high humidity content from the water that we sprayed. We're inside working conditions, maybe 120, 130 degrees. This process can be very tiring. It really takes a lot out of you.
I'd be in a fire, fighting a fire. I'd be gasping, side hurting, getting the cramps and everything. And I see Lieutenant Novak, who's, twice my age, he's still going around like there's barely even breathing hard. I'm like, I'm supposed to be the young one here. I'm the one supposed to be the one that's in shape here.
This summer, 250 Baltimore firefighters were treated for heat exhaustion. 13 were hospitalized. fire has broken out on the 9th floor of a luxury hotel. 10 fire trucks have responded, and the lifts are out of order.
I tried to call too, man.
I can smell something outside when you pulled up that front step.
The fire's in a storeroom, and they quickly put it out.
You want to get this out of here or what?
This young employee was first on the scene.
Ventilation? Okay, we don't got no O2 up here for you, but we'll get some, all right? Got a medic unit coming for you.
Worst part is the middle of my chest.
6 portable to rescue 1.
I was in this whole hallway. I came out down there and I ran down this hallway, and all the smoke was being drawn down that hallway. I ran right through the smoke because I had nowhere else to go.
You want to throw them away anyway.
All right, I'm gonna get FIB up there.
But there's something suspicious, and the senior officer has asked for the FIB, the Fire Investigation Bureau.
Captain Busiest, Fire Investigation Bureau. Yeah, I'm getting ready to leave.
Because of the large number of arsons in the city, there are 8 fire investigation officers working round the clock. Mike Mrozinski is one of them. It's important that he reaches the scene of the fire as soon as possible, before witnesses disappear or evidence is destroyed.
Sprinkler system go off?
No.
No.
No, that head was
Was that the one right above?
No. Didn't activate. No water was here except what we put in. That's why I didn't want to. That might be like foam and rubber, you know? Mm-hmm. Some of them are. Yeah.
Jimmy, you got this?
I'm Captain Mrozinski. I'm with the Fire Investigation Bureau with the Fire Department. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Where were you at when you saw the fire?
I was in the shop in my boss's office talking to Chuck on 2.
Okay.
Then I came from the shop down, got on the elevator. I made it to 7 on the elevator, and then the elevator took me back to 1. At 1, I met up with Tim at security. Or no, he was on the 2nd floor stairwell. I ran up those steps and came up the steps back here, which is from, I came up 1 through 5 and then 6 through 9 in this back stairwell.
But you only encountered smoke here.
From
this stairwell.
it was drawing the smoke down
Okay,
this way.
all right, but you only encountered smoke here.
Yeah.
Was that thick?
Yeah, I couldn't see as soon as I come around this turn.
Okay. What did you do then?
I continued on down the hallway because they were yelling that they didn't have the key to the doors. And then, like 2 minutes, or like a minute, Chuck was behind me with the key. So instead of turning around, we just continued all the way up here around this turn to get out of the smoke because I was already halfway down the hallway.
Okay. You know where you're going to take me?
Scott?
What's your pulse ox?
Did you open up the door?
99.
No, Chuck and, I think it was Chuck, Celio, and Les, because Celio had a fire extinguisher in his hand.
You didn't open up the door?
No, Chuck opened the door.
Okay.
Because Chuck had the key.
Nobody else has any problem.
Occasionally we have trouble with employees in hotels setting fire, especially in storage areas. These areas are usually restricted and locked. So we have to figure out when the last time somebody was in here, if somebody was in here smoking, or if it was intentionally set. Now, the problem with this one is we see that we have matches all over the floor, but that's normal. The hotel provides matches with every room as well as ashtrays. But I don't see any ashtrays that are sold that have been used from cigarette smoking. So what we're going to do is look for that. If we can't find a source of ignition, because there's no other source of ignition except the possibility of smoking, then we're going to have to call for the police arson unit to come up, and we're going to do a further investigation.
Okay, could I ask, well, do one of you want to go down and get some air freshener? And out of my top left drawer, and I have masks.
No idea what they're
Back at the hotel, the fire investigator is lining up his witnesses.
I'll go see if I can get it to go down. Okay, let me ask you a question. Your employee that was injured,
Scott Schultz.
he told me he was in your office. Is that
He
true?
wasn't in my office. He was out in the shop when the alarm went off. I did see him in the shop.
Okay. Do you know when he went into the shop?
About 2 minutes before the alarm went off.
He went in the shop?
Yes. And that's on the second floor.
Now, he came up in the elevator.
Yeah, as soon as the alarm went off, he was gone.
And he went on the
I
elevator?
didn't even get a location yet.
Well, he didn't have a location when he left?
Hadn't come out yet.
Do you want me to tell you when you get done with it? I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Well, the person I talked to originally, which I had little doubts about, even though he was being treated by the medic, seems to be, his story didn't sound right to me when he first told it to me, and it seems his story's still a little shaky right now, because he entered into the shop room 2 minutes before the fire. The alarm went off. He heads upstairs right away. They don't even have a place where the fire's at, yet he's headed up in this direction. And it appears that he was around when the 2 other fires they had in here and helped control them.
Mike Brzezinski, the fire investigator, is having a busy night too. He's been called out to a fire in an empty apartment block. 44 firefighters are already tackling the blaze.
Chief Briggs, funny seeing you tonight.
Mike, how you doing, feller?
Where was this see it when you first started? This end down here?
This end was through the roof and working down here. We burned this off since we've been here.
Come in. See if we can get a hand line. We'll get up this roof here and get over here.
We're gonna hit it from the other roof?
Yeah, let's stretch up on top here, right? We want to get a line up here. See if we can get a line from somebody.
The way this one looks, we're going to have trouble investigating this one again because so the condition of the building is in question at this time.
As dawn breaks, the fire is out, but the arson investigation continues.
Whoa! There's a big hole in the floor. Over to the left. Holes in first floors lead us to be suspect that maybe a flammable could have been used. Well, I'll be. There's a can. Get a picture of that too.
It is my opinion that fire was intentionally set, and it was used with a flammable liquid to set it.
The Engine 13 crew have been called to a fire raging in the rear basement of a house. At the same time, another crew has entered the house from the front and started fighting the blaze too. It's a situation that firefighters fear most.
Watch yourself, babe. Hurry up!
As the water supply from the other engine crew turns into a cloud of lethal steam inside the building, it puts Paul Novak and Kenny Lee at serious risk.
Get your man. They're hitting it from the front.
Okay, get your man.
I'm all right. Got a draft.
get the water. Up here it comes.
Keep it up top, keep it up top.
They're pushing it on us.
All right?
Yeah, they're pushing it on us.
Somewhere in the chaos, Kenny has removed his helmet to put his mask on when the full force of the burning steam hits him.
Hit anybody.
Hang your line back out! Bring it back! Kenny, bring it back!
Despite being burnt, Kenny carries on fighting the blaze.
The dangers in firefighting, I guess, is kind of, it's there. It's definitely there. It doesn't really cross your mind at the moment because the adrenaline is really going. And it's in your mind, but it's kind of in the back of your mind.
Kenny and Paul Novak attempt to attack the fire, but are again pushed back by steam generated by the other crew.
What about that side window? You need a hook, Steve? Is there a hook here? What? Yeah. The window on the right side. All right.
The ground ladders are the unsung heroes, so to speak, in a truck company. You want to be able to get the ladder in a position where you can open up the dwelling to relieve the smoke and heat off the engine crew. And when they crack their line and they start putting the fire out, you want the windows opened up so you can escape all that heat and toxic smoke.
They're in there, huh? They're in there hitting.
And take a break from him.
Finally, Kenny realizes he's hurt and is ordered back by Paul Novak.
I don't really worry about the dangers too much because it's like a routine. But my wife and my family do worry a lot. Every time they hear of a fire on the news, they call and they get pretty upset. I made a promise to my wife that I come home every day, and they need me to live.
Is it blistering?
A little bit, but I'll live. That's why I told him to back the fuck up. Burning me up, man.
Where they took it in the front?
Yeah, they were coming and blowing it out at us.
Hang your line back out! Bring it back!
I'll live.
I think this will die.
I think so. I ain't gotta go to the hospital, though.
Oh, yes, you will, because they'll make you.
No.
The blast has burnt his face and neck. Now he's the patient in the medic truck.
I got him on the other side, too?
Just a little bit. I mean, it's just red, but no blistering yet. Yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coming up that I can see.
There was 2 just a minute ago.
Is your ear hurt?
Not really.
It looks
What's it, red?
Red, but
All right, well, they're not gonna put me off duty for it, right?
I doubt it.
Okay, good.
FIB is the Fire Investigation Bureau of the Baltimore City Fire Department. We work around the clock and we respond to working fires, fatal fires, or any time the fire unit think the fire is suspicious. Box number? I'm here in my office. I hear the alarm sound, I hear the engines responding on the radio, then I hear them call in what they have, what they find at the scene. If they arrive on the scene, they say heavy smoke, heavy fire showing, I'm heading for the door.
There has been an explosion in the basement of a house.
Got a woman on the sidewalk across the street from the fire building complaining she needs an ambulance. Check it out.
You all right? Hey, Mickey! Mickey! Give me your hook just 1 second. Scotty, see what you can do there. I'm gonna check upstairs.
I was out shopping. My fiance and my 4 children were in the house. At the time, I come down the street. I seen the fire truck, so I came around the other way. I noticed my front door open. My fiance and everybody's over on the other side. Nobody's hurt. We're just missing a dog. That's about it.
Yeah, let's get something.
Something went boom.
Hey, Chief 1, place the fire under control. I'll be placing engine 124 and engine 6 in service.
One fire under control, 1929.
No. Saw it clear upstairs, Chief. Everything was ready to open up. Walk as far as not in the basement. That's the only area directed in the basement.
In my career, I would say that I've always been very lucky to determine the cause of every fire.
Hey, Chief 1, have a medic here respond to my location, injured civilian.
I won't leave until I'm absolutely sure, and I won't give up until I'm absolutely sure.
What's that? A small basement fire down here, John. Okay. Guy just moved in. That's why everything's at a rate. They just moved all the boxes in and everything. They were working in there, putting the stuff together. I'll walk down there with you.
Got 5 beers here. All right, guy. This is ruptured. Has an odor of flammable liquid stripper. And we have a battery. Yeah.
A female occupant.
Uh-huh.
She's across the street. They're getting ready to remove her by a medic unit.
Okay.
And she said she was standing here using some spray paint.
Uh-huh.
You want to talk to her before she gets out of here?
Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll go up and talk to her right now. I have a pretty good idea what happened, but I always like to hear it from the occupant.
I was cleaning the kitchen table off to feed my kids dinner, and I was taking the stuff that we had bought. It was paint that you put on a cabinet and stripper that you have to take the old paint off with.
Yes, ma'am.
I took it downstairs and I had his Jeep battery. It's a power, them little power Jeeps that the kids ride around on with the 2 red batteries together. And I dropped the battery and the paint can exploded. And then Sarah hollered, "Mommy, fire!" And she took 2 steps up. I grabbed her and I drug her the rest of the way up.
Okay.
And I grabbed the other 3 kids and this dog, and the other dog was in the backyard.
Oh, you dropped it on the can?
I don't know. I didn't even turn around to look because I turned my face when the paint started spraying. I got it on me anyway.
Okay.
Across town, fire is sweeping through 3 houses.
I just want to talk to you a second. All right, I understand you were in there working at the time?
Yes, John and I was.
John Griffith's colleague Reggie Session is being called to investigate.
All right. And what's your name, sir?
Tim Casey. We were gutting the house, and the light bulb broke, and I was putting another light bulb in, and that dropped, and you heard a boom. Okay. Then a couple seconds later on, you heard a boom. Okay. And then there was fire around me, and then I was in the stairs coming up, and I couldn't go over there, and Johnny grabbed me, and he pulled me up.
Where was that at?
In the front room. In the middle room.
So
earlier, about 3-4 hours ago, we had all our tools inside, and the gas can spilled over. Earlier.
And where did that occur?
In the same room.
In the same room, middle room?
Yeah.
Gas can flipped over?
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you clean that up?
We didn't. I mean, it was just a little spill. I mean, just for a second, boom, and that was
how much
it.
What you say, little spill?
Little spill, just something.
Just enough to puddle?
Yeah, not even that much.
Six miles away, John Griffith continues his hunt for clues.
The woman seems like she's pretty truthful. I don't think we have a intentionally set fire, but I think maybe something happened other than what the occupant is telling us. We get some weird stories, like lightning coming in through the window and birds carrying cigarettes in through the door and things like that. So you listen very politely, but then you have to form your own opinion. And this will, I'll write this up in my report that I will continue this investigation.
Back at the other investigation, things don't add up.
How much gas was spilled here?
It spilled over just for about a second, and then picked it back up, and that was it. The ground.
The floor?
Yeah.
And where was the gasoline can at?
Right here.
Okay. Did you try to wipe it up?
No.
No?
No. Just on the floor.
Where would you say you saw the bulk of the fire at? The flames themselves.
You gotta try to think, man, because it's very important, because where you're saying the gasoline was spilled, we don't have any evidence of any fire there. That's why it's important for you to remember.
Okay. Right here. Right here. Right here.
What was there?
There was, when I was coming through here, I saw like a little flame here, boom.
How could you see it if it was behind you?
I mean, I was just going just like this. And I heard the second boom, then I guess I glanced and then I saw a flash, and then Johnny, fire, and then I couldn't come up, and then Johnny came down and grabbed me up the stairs.
Did you smoke?
No.
Did your brother smoke?
No, I mean, Johnny that was with me? Yeah, Johnny does smoke, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I don't smoke.
Is Johnny smoking today? Let me explain something to you, man. I'm from the police department. I'm from the Arson unit. Until we can make a determination, you know, we're going to treat this like a criminal offense, okay?
No, go ahead.
So it's important that you try to remember, because what you're, listen to me now, what you're saying about the gasoline being spilled is not consistent with this fire. Okay?
The can was right here.
Well, the can ain't got nothing to do with the fire. Okay? The fire started above this bottom step here.
Everything was piled right, coming down these steps, coming right.
How long have you been working in this house?
3 days.
All right. Tell me the possibilities that could have started a fire here. Tell me some possibilities how a fire could have started here without the use of gasoline. Because the gasoline was over there, and that's where you said it was spilled, right? What could have started a fire in this area?
It was spilled like right through here is where the gasoline was spilled.
Spilled where?
Right around here.
Okay, so we're going from here to here.
Well, this area right here.
Okay. This house got insurance on it?
My mother, I do not know.
You don't know?
I do not know. And my mom, let me tell my mom, because she just had a nervous breakdown on Friday. So I don't want mom to know anything until I speak to the doctor.
The fire has completely destroyed 3 houses.
Generally, the night shift seems to be
busier than the day shift. I'm not really sure why that is, but it seems like we get more fires at night, and the fires that we do get at night seem to be more extensive than the daytime fires.
I'm gonna take a left and we'll carry, right? Yeah, right. Right?
On each fire alarm, each engine company has a pre-described position that they're supposed to take.
It's on the other side of the street. See it right there? Look at that.
I'm hung up.
However, sometimes companies get there when they're not supposed to.
Can you pull down a fire escape? Can you put me right there? Hold that line, hold that line.
Some fires, stretching the hose line in isn't always a cut and dried situation.
Give me that line. Come on, take it around the front. Take it around the front.
Pass it up.
On occasion, we're forced to use a fire escape to get at the flames if the first company is not successful, or even if they are successful, to offer a backup line to assist them if the fire is extensive enough.
Shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? Where is the fire? Can you hold this a minute? I need a tool.
Wait a minute.
I need to bust that window. It's plexiglass. Watch, they're blowing out on us. They're gonna blow it right out on us.
They inside?
Yes, I can feel it coming out. Can you get that open?
Yeah.
All right, I got it. Come on, let's go.
Can you see it?
Yeah, let's go.
Give me a line.
Paul Novak and his team are frustrated. They've been beaten to the blaze by another fire crew.
Everybody was ready to get in there and get it. The trouble was, if we hadn't taken such a long lead off, we may have been able to get up the fire escape and beat 19 in, because they had a longer lead up the interior than we had up the exterior. But we still got a little bit of it, anyhow. So we'll get them the next time.
After 45 hours of duty, the scenery changes.
One of the reasons I enjoy going to the aquarium and feeding the fish, I think, is the serenity and the quiet of it. At the firehouse, there's always telephones to answer, runs to take, the gong going off, somebody's paging me. There's always something going on. It's always noise, noise, noise. In the water, I think it's one of the only places I've found that I can really be alone. I'm there with my thoughts. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I imagine it's as close to me and can come to flying. Being alone with my thoughts and enjoying the peace and quiet is one of the real reasons I enjoy diving.